In fear of their lives, the hobbits dare not tarry at Crickhollow. Frodo and Sam intend to go on alone, but Merry and Pippin purpose to join them. They leave in the early hours after a short night's rest. Frodo wishes to avoid the main roads, fearing that they will be guarded. So Merry leads the hobbits through a gap in the hedge and into the old forest. He has some knowledge of the area near to the hedge, but beyond that, all they know is that it is a dark and malevolent place. After some time, they lose their way and find themselves inexorably drawn into the Withywindle Valley. It is almost as though they have been shepherded to that place.
Well, welcome to the Withywindle Valley, and this is where the hobbits have been forced to in the old forest, down into the valley, which is the centre of the queerness of the whole of the old forest. And you can see we have Old Man Willow just here, who is the tree that's behind it all, possibly a horn. He controls the trees. The trees can move 3 inches under his control. He cannot move himself, but he's trying to bring the hobbits to him. And his aim is to cast paralyze on all 4 hobbits, so they all go to sleep, so then he can kind of consume them, I presume. And he also has the compel spell as well to bring the hobbits towards him. And when he gets 1 free will per turn to cast his spells.
So the important bit is I only get 1 spell per turn, so I have to manage which spell. Obviously, it'll come down to range, because one's at 3 inches, one's at 6.
Yeah, so the paralyze is 3 inches, and the compel is 12. And that's it really, and other things will become clear as we go along. So the hobbits are trying to get off the far side of the board, so they're trying to avoid Old Man Willow. But obviously the trees can force him, and the trees, when they win a fight against the hobbits, they get an automatic hurl, which is a modified one. It doesn't hurt the hobbits unless they hit another hobbit or another tree, in which case they take a strength 3 hit, which could, of course, kill them.
So the idea of that is to obviously shepherd the hobbits towards Old Man Willow and hurl a few in the process into his general direction. That's the plan anyway.
Absolutely. So this is a heavily modified scenario. So it worked quite well in our practice game, but we'll see how it goes. So automatic priority goes to the hobbits first of all as they come in. So they are going to move 4 inches to try and get across the board, hoping to get to Bree, avoiding the Dark Riders.
I'm completely unaware of the hostility they're about to encounter.
Yeah. So you'll move with the trees.
Okay, so alright, so 3 inch movement for the trees, so I'm going to immediately move this one into Frodo. This one is then going to move up like this. This one is going to move here. This one is actually going to move here. This one's going to move there. Okay, aggressive start. Right. So I'm going to attack Frodo.
Okay, so you roll a 2, Frodo rolls a 5, so he manages to evade the tree and knock it back.
Fend it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the start. So immediately we are into priority.
5.
So priority goes to Old Man Willow.
Okay, so I'm going to move this tree into Sam.
Yeah, we can get in on Pippin.
That's now on Pippin. That. Okay. And then move this tree up a bit like that. That one's going to come back. Try and move them in that direction. I think, yeah, that's good enough. So I'm going to start off by attacking Sam.
So Sam wins the fight. Of course.
Toughest hobbits. And then I'm going to attack Pippin. 4.
And Pippin wins the fight. Hard as nails. What I actually didn't do, that was your priority, wasn't it? I didn't move. So I'm just going to move the ones who weren't in combat. And move up there 4. Okay, so now we are back into priority.
Yes.
But we are, interestingly now, just getting into range of Old Man Willow. Right, so 5 for you, 6 for me. So,
why is it every time I roll a 5 you roll a 6?
Because that's the way it should work. Right, so I'm going to keep hot-footing it in this direction because there's no way of avoiding him completely. Come on, you two, keep up. Right, okay. So Old Man Willow comes into play now. And I should say the hurl is modified as well. So they don't just do it in a straight line, they always hurl towards Old Man Willow.
Yep.
And they're shepherding them. Oh, it's into Pippin.
Okay.
Is Old Man Willow going to do anything before we go into combat? I think he's in range. He's definitely in compel range. So he's basically he's trying to get the hobbits to get within 3 of him.
So compel's 12 inches, is it?
Yeah. And it's a 4 to cast compel and a 3 to cast paralyze. So 4
compel.
Up. So it doesn't cast it. Okay. So yeah, combat. So Pippin rolls a 1, so he loses. So he gets hurled automatically, and he gets hurled D3 plus 3, so 5 inches towards Old Man Willow. Which, hang on, it's Pippin.
Oh, sorry.
And he is prone, but he didn't hit anybody, so no one takes any damage as the winds whistle through the forest.
And fell a tree.
So, okay,
Yep.
we are in priority.
Have you got your movement yet? You've
Uh,
done these.
did I do movement?
I don't think you did. I moved in.
No,
to
I moved.
attack.
It was my priority. I moved first.
Oh,
didn't I?
right, okay. 1.
So that's a 4. So these two are going to try and stay as far away from Old Man Willow as possible. So we're going to go around this tree. We haven't given the trees a control zone. I'm going to get up and move 2. And then Sam is lagging behind. Okay. So your turn
Okay, I'm going to...
for movement. After the first hobbit has been sent to sleep, we roll to see whether Tom Bombadil comes on. And that's on a 6 at the end of each turn, but it goes down by 1 each turn, so it then becomes a 5, a 4, etc. Right, what's Old Man Willow doing?
Old Man Willow is now going to cast Compel on Frodo.
On Frodo. Okay.
On a 5.
On a 5, so Frodo will resist just with his resistance magic. He fails, so he is compelled 2 inches towards Old Man Willow.
Okay.
Stumbles towards him.
And then the tree is going to attack Merry. On a 4.
So Merry rolls a 1.
Ooh.
So Merry is hurled.
4 inches.
And I think he might just be hitting Frodo.
Yeah.
So they're both prone, and they both take a strength 3 hit. Remember modified rules on these.
Frodo, Roll a 4.
So Frodo is wounded.
And
So
Merry is a 5.
So Frodo is wounded. He hasn't got any fate. I know I rolled one, but I gave him his wound back rather than the fate after the game last time.
Yep.
So basically, he takes a wound. So he's down to 1. And what was it? Was
There's a 5 on Merry.
so Merry needs to roll a 4 up on his fate. Okay, Merry
A 6.
has got no fate left, but he's still alive. Okay, so now it's my move. No, it's not, because it is priority, because that was the fight phase.
1.
2 for me. 2 beats 1. Chance to get away, maybe. Right, so we're going to go 2. This direction. And then a bit of a chance for these guys to catch up.
Okay. I'm going to start by casting Compel. So Compel on... I'm going to cast it on Frodo. This is 4. It's there.
Frodo. He's going to save that will again. He's going to just use his resistance magic. He rolls a 2. So he's compelled.
2 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. And then tree whacking time. Yeah, I'm throwing all the hobbits out.
You moving any of the other trees?
I'm actually, yeah, I will do actually. I'm going to move this one back here, and then move that one there, and let's just move that up.
Okay.
Okay. So, the tree that's on Merry, I'm going to smack. So the tree that's on Merry, I'm going to back branch him, as it were.
Back branch.
6.
Yeah.
Haha. Right. So he's getting slapped towards Old Man Willow. How far? Ooh, 4 inches.
I don't tell me he's going to hit Frodo again.
No, he's
Oh,
going to be all right. There's a window there that he can get.
he's pretty close to Old Man Willow.
Oh, he's in
isn't he?
base contact. Is he? Yeah, he
Just
is.
about.
So
So he's prone. Okay.
right. Good stuff.
And then we've got the fight.
Yep. 3.
2.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm losing all the fights. Oh, hang on. I think, is that Sam?
Yep.
Sam in combat there. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because you've got the fight value, so.
Okay, so I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
So 4 inches. And it's going to throw into Frodo.
Okay.
Love this. Throwing his hobbits around is brilliant. So Sam. Oh, I'll re-roll that. 4.
So that is for paralyze.
That's for the hurl.
That's for the hurl.
Yep, because they're thrown into each other.
Yeah.
So,
So Sam's got 2 fate, so he will pass his first fate. So Sam's still got his 2 wounds.
okay, and then Frodo. Oh, rolled a 1.
Okay, so Frodo's okay.
He's fine.
Still got his 2 wounds.
But the trees are
Has
closing
Frodo
in.
taken a wound?
I think he's taken 1.
He took a wound, didn't he? Okay, might have to check that back. Okay. So yeah, so they're all just prone at the moment. Nobody's paralysed yet, are they? Nobody's asleep. Okay, and priority.
3.
5. So Pippin is going to hotfoot it past here. These guys are going to stand up. They're not going to be able to get away. I knew that was going to happen at some point. Okay.
So I am going to.
This tree here definitely needs to move around that way, just from a camera point of view.
Okay. So movement wise, I shall bring this tree around there.
Yeah.
Magic, I'm going to cast Compel.
Compel.
Oh no, actually no. 3 inches, isn't it? Paralyse.
Who are you doing it on?
Sam.
Sam.
Yeah. That's not Sam. So 5.
So 5. So Sam will use resistance to magic plus point of will. Rolls a 6.
He's hard as nails, isn't he?
Get
Sam?
his point of will back.
Just like
there's no sending Sam to sleep.
And then the tree is going to try and throw Frodo.
3.
5.
Oh, you're winning all the fights, and he's going to throw him straight through Sam, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 inches through Sam.
So basically into Old Man Willow.
Into Old Man Willow.
And Sam. So they're both down.
They're both down. So
Right. Right, so we need to do the wounds for Frodo and Sam, and Frodo has taken a wound.
So let's do Sam first,
Okay.
just so we can, stretch out the suspense.
Right.
Oh, I should have rolled Frodo first.
Definite
6.
wound on Sam. Sam will use his fate. Sam passes fate, but he's got no fate left.
Right. And then Frodo.
I should have given Frodo a fate rather than a will.
It's a 6.
Frodo is down.
He's just got.
He's gone.
He's just got battered by his best friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Frodo's down. Remember, might not be dead yet. If we roll a 1 after at the end of the scenario, we've got a new ring bearer. So
That's all right. They're both
early
asleep by then.
okay.
Under old
So
Man Willow's roots.
Frodo's out of there. One might didn't help him. Big mistake by me not giving him a fate. And we're going to roll this just out of what would he have saved himself? He would have saved himself with a fate. Right. Okay. So we're on to priority. Is that
Priority,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
4.
I'm going to say at the end of this turn, with one of them down, that old Tom Bombadil might come on.
There'll be a lot of
Right,
shouting and
so
stuff going
I
on
get
there.
priority.
Okay.
Right.
Do you want to roll for Old Man Willow now? Does it?
Yeah, we'll
make
do it at the
sense
start of the turn.
Yeah. Not Old Man. Sorry, Tom.
Tom Bombadil doesn't come on this
Doesn't come
turn,
on. Okay.
but it's a 5 next turn.
Yep.
Right, so I think the others have just got to get out of there. Okay, so
Look at that. It's not like it was on the ferry when they all went back to help each other.
could you move the others? I think Sam needs to stand up and go to Frodo, and Sam needs to take the ring.
Well, he's going to have a bit of a cinematic, emotional moment first,
Yeah.
isn't he?
So
he's got
yeah.
Frodo in his arms and he's crying.
Yeah, so he's not going to move away from him because he's having his moment, and then he's going to have to take the ring because the quest still needs to be fulfilled.
He's like, we've got 9 hours of film yet. You can't die yet.
So yeah, so Sam's there, beating uselessly at Old Man Willow.
Old Man Willow just about to go right. I'll have you as well.
Okay, so yeah, you'll go.
Okay, I'm now going to
Send Sam to sleep now.
yeah, I'm going to cast Paralyse on Sam. 6.
Okay, so Sam is going to use all of his will to resist this. He's got 3 dice. Needs a 6. Does not roll a 6. Does roll a 6 because he's used a 1 point might, which gives him 1 point of will back. Okay, so he's not yet asleep.
He's not yet asleep. Okay.
He's sleeping emotional now. Right, you've got movement.
Okay, so that's just out. That's just out. So what I will do, I'm going to go to there. Him. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. It's there, wasn't I? I'm going to wax.
Oh, it's going to whack Sam.
I'm going to wax Sam. It's going to come in
He's going to
behind
hurl
him.
him against Old Man Willow.
Yeah. Smash, have that.
Right, come on,
Right.
Sammy boy, take out your anger. 3 for me, 6 for you.
I'm rolling the 6s at the moment. What do I need to wound?
4.
Oh no, I'm just throwing him on.
Oh yeah, you're
So
hurling him.
6.
So he throws him into Old Man Willow, so I think he's got to take a hit for that, hasn't he?
1.
No, he doesn't. But he's prone. We'll just say he's prone.
His backpack has saved him.
Yeah. So
Oh, let's put him down.
just going to move the camera around slightly.
Okay.
Right, so I think we're on priority. Let's see if Tom Bombadil comes on. Tom Bombadil comes on.
Okay. I'll roll a 3 for my priority.
And my priority is a 1.
Okay.
So you've got
Where
priority.
would you like Tom?
Just anywhere there.
Just in line, yeah? Okay. So,
Hey, Don, Mary, Don.
there might not be much left for Frodo and Sam by the time you get there. Okay, so the tree.
Just to say that the scenario ends when Tom Bombadil gets in space contact with Old Man Willow,
Yes.
and none of the trees can come within an inch of him, as he is master of.
So I
tree
don't think
and forest.
I'm not going to get to paralyse all 3, but there's been quite a lot of fun slapping Sam and Frodo around. Right. So, so Frodo is paralysed, isn't he?
Frodo's dead.
Frodo's dead, sorry.
Well, unconscious.
Sam has just been chucked against
The
the
winds.
tree, so I'm going to paralyse Sam.
So 4. So Sam has got a point of will to use. Sam resists it on a 6, gets his point of will back.
Sam's just like, he's supercharged. Right, and then the tree's going to backhand him as well.
Can you? Because my guys
actually-
haven't moved this turn. So
Oh, right.
can you send those? Keep. They're just running away.
Running past Bob. Tom is like, there's trees.
They're just running for help, so they're running towards Tom.
So-
And Tom goes 6.
Yeah, so from the table, yeah. 6. Skip it along as he does, singing his song. Right,
And then we've got Sam against the tree.
yes. Right. 6.
2. So he's going to get hurled against Old Man
Yeah.
Willow again.
So you just skip.
So a 4 is a wound, and he's got no. So he takes a wound.
Takes a wound. He finally takes a wound.
Yeah. So he's taken a wound. So he's got 1 wound left.
Or is Tom going to make it in time? Priority's quite important on this one.
Is he actually within 6? Is he?
He's exactly. Joe, that's so. Yeah, let's just say yeah. He's
Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's a little bit there,
basically,
but let's say
if I win priority, I'm okay.
you're saving Sam.
Yeah.
If you don't, I've got a chance of killing Sam.
Yeah. It's a
Oh
1.
no!
It's a 5.
Oh,
So Tom
Mini
Bombadil takes a big branch, smacks Old Man Willow, who kind of spits out Sam and Frodo's lifeless body. And he gets taken back to Tom Bombadil's, and we've got to see whether Frodo survives or not.
Merry and Pippin were very brave, aren't they? Just running away from
Well,
the scene.
they got help. I like to think they went for help. Right, so what we need to do, actually that, for a custom scenario, I thought that actually worked out
Yeah, it was
quite
fun.
well. It's quite good.
Yeah.
And the fact that the trees weren't harming them apart from with the hurls, but actually it still managed to take down
Yeah, I think
Frodo.
there's still the potential there to do damage. Well,
Yeah.
Frodo died at the end of the day, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, and Sam, Sam was on one wound. So,
Yeah. And I think better than the scenario in the book, which was a bit of a nothing scenario. At least we made something of the old forest as well.
Yeah. Well, it's what happens next, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
that loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So So shall we see whether Frodo survives or whether we've got a new ring bearer?
Yeah. So if you roll a 1, he's dead.
He's dead if he rolls if I roll a 1. But special rule of the campaign, you can re-roll once if you're the ring bearer.
Right.
So I've got to roll a 1 twice basically.
And you don't want to roll a 1 anyway. You have
But
to
it's
re-roll
once for the
because-
whole campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and considering how many scenarios we're going to play, that's a long way to go.
And considering how well he's done so far, we've basically been smacked about in every scenario. So here we go. Frodo. Okay, he's just okay. He's just okay. And what's going to happen now? They're going to go to Tom Bombadil's house, and of course the healing properties of Goldberry and Tom Bombadil are going to heal them back up to full.
So will everyone at this point get back to full
Everyone
strength?
goes to full strength at this point. There's certain rest points on the different scenarios. They're not the same as in the campaign in the book.
Yep.
Because we're going to be playing lots of different things. Yeah, good stuff.
Cool.
Thanks for doing that again, Wayne.
I enjoyed it. It was good
I'm
fun.
loving your Old Man Willow.
Sideshow Bob.
Great looking scenario again.
As the hobbits follow Tom Bombadil back to his house, Frodo snatches the ring back from Sam, who had feared him dead. It is his burden to bear. To follow are some days of rest and recuperation in the strange home of Tom Bombadil, and then onwards towards Bree.
Thank you for joining us on our trip through the Old Forest. How will the hobbits fare as they attempt to cross the infamous Barrow Downs on their way to Bree? My thanks go to Wayne Kemp for joining me once more, and, as ever, for the amazing terrain he produces. Join us next time on our journey through Middle-earth.